Hey, are you going through a breakup? I have some advice for you. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. I'm known as America's relationship expert because I have been studying the science of love for decades. I have a master's and PhD in clinical psychology, but I think the most important thing you should know about me is that I healed my own anxious attachment style, not alone, through therapy, through choosing good, secure relationships. Now, I want you to know something. If you're going through a breakup, you're completely normal. And sometimes this may be the very best thing that can happen to you. I want you to know this. The way to find a good romantic partner is to learn how to say no to many, many, many bad romantic partners. Now, they're not bad because they're bad people. They might be appropriate for somebody else. They might just not be a good match for you. Even if on paper they look good, their lifestyle, their looks, their money, your religion is the same, the way you eat is the same, and all that. If your attachment style is a mismatch, then you're just going to be triggering each other. Now, I want you to understand something, that healing from an attachment injury is about going through many, many breakups. And often it's about making the choice yourself to break up. Now, whether someone has just broken up with you or whether you've chosen it's time, I'm going to break up with this person, I want to explain to you that there are actually 4 stages of a breakup. And knowing those 4 stages will help you understand what you're going through and help you survive and get through it. All right, so let me break them down for you. Have you ever heard about Tailor Brands? Neither had I. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. I'm not only America's relationship expert, but I have a side gig. It's a vacation farm, but I created my entire business using Tailor Brands. I've used Tailor Brands in the past to make a logo, but Tailor Brands does so much more than make logos. They can literally put you into business in 60 seconds. So if you've got an idea for a business, Tailor Brands is your one-stop shop to make things happen. You can create your logo, your website, get a business mailbox, make online and physical business cards. You can even use their social media tools to shout it from the rooftops. Oh, and make your own LLC right there to give yourself that air of professionalism. And once you've made that fabulous logo, you can print merch. I mean, mine's a vacation farm. Don't I look like a farmer now? I think I do. Stage 1 is simply the shock. Now, the shock may be because somebody broke up with you. The shock may be because you suddenly came to the realization that this person is not good for you and you've got to do something about it. Maybe they cheated on you, maybe they practiced financial abuse, God forbid, maybe they physically abused you. Something happened and you went, whoa, whoa, whoa. I am not happy here. They have crossed the line. This is the shock stage. And here's what I want you to do when you're in the shock stage. Just know you're not alone. You are not the first person to ever go through this breakup shock. You will not be the last person. And also, this will not be the last time that you will ever go through this breakup shock. Sorry, but we as a species of Homo sapiens are basically serial monogamists. Even the most monogamous of humans may have 2 or 3 long stints of monogamy in their lifespan because our lifespans are extending. Okay, so what do you need to do in the shock? Normalize it. You're not bad. This is just a normal stage. Stage 2 is the grief stage. This is where you need to allow yourself to feel sad, to grieve the loss. Even if this person was completely bad for you, it still is a loss. There were things that they added to your life. And it is during this grief phase that I will allow you one time to evaluate the relationship. This is a time for you to ask yourself, what did you miss earlier? Were there some red flags? Were your emotional needs not being met in this relationship and you minimized their behavior, you dismissed their behavior? What is the lesson to be learned here? So if stage 1 is about knowing you're normal, stage 2 is about, what can I do differently next time? Okay, stage 3 This is the anger phase. It comes after the grief. Now, according to neuroscience, this is a very important stage for your brain's healing so that you can get over this person. So in the anger phase, you have to imagine that the person was actually worse than they were. I know. Think of any bad thing, any annoying habit they had, anything they once said to you that you didn't comment on, that you really should have addressed. Just go through your memory banks and only pull the negative. Here's why. The brain can't heal from a breakup if you're clinging on to the good, if you're holding on and looking back at the relationship through rose-colored glasses. You have to actually imagine that they are bad in order to go forward. Now, in this anger phase, I want you to defriend, unfollow. Don't expose yourself to triggers, your favorite restaurant that you used to go to, even friends. If you have friends in common, you either say to them, hey, don't mention my ex around me, or I can't see you while I'm going through this healing period. At this point, the anger stage, you want to practice no contact, disconnect, and imagine the worst. But finally, stage 4 comes. I call this the distraction phase. This is a very important part of your healing, because I want you to surround yourself with people who love you just for you, your close friends, your family, some of your loyal coworkers, and remind yourself how lovable you are. You also might want to get out there and date. You know the old saying, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. I don't know if that's true, but it will at least distract you. I want you to take your mind off this breakup. That happens in stage 4. And after the breakup, I want you to realize that this event had value, that nobody's getting out of here alive, nobody's getting out of here without pain, and sometimes the only way out is through the pain. You know, I think of a breakup as a woman giving birth. You know, she's swollen with something inside her body, and the only way out is through labor and delivery. The only way out is through the pain. Now, the gift of pain for you is to be able to become more enlightened, more aware, more sure of yourself, more understanding of some mistakes you might have made or red flags that you could have caught earlier, or just a bad pick, like I'm never going to pick a person who's like this next time. But I promise you, there is value in your pain. Sometimes when it hurts the most, you're growing the most. And I know it's hard. I don't want to minimize or dismiss these 4 stages. The grief phase and the anger phase are very, very uncomfortable. But I also know you can get through this, and you will be a stronger, better, more self-aware person when you finally do. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. I teach the science of love. I invite you to follow me on Patreon, patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. That's patreon.com/Dr. Wendy, W-E-N-D-Y, Walsh, W-A-L-S-H. Come to my Zoom classes. I want to meet you, and I want to help you with your love life. Thanks so much for watching. I've got lots of videos on all my social media, so find me everywhere.